Mastering security standards. Risks hide in every process, waiting to destroy your ops. Which security risk management framework or methodology is used to identify, assess, and mitigate potential security risks that could impact operational processes? And what are the specific steps taken to ensure that these risks are effectively managed and mitigated throughout their life cycle? The security risk management framework used to identify, assess, and mitigate potential security risks that could impact operational processes is the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, CSF. The CSF is a widely adopted and recognized framework that provides a structured approach to managing cybersecurity risks. It consists of 5 core functions: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. The identify function involves identifying potential security risks that could impact operational processes. This includes identifying critical assets and data that are essential to operational processes, identifying potential threats and vulnerabilities that could impact these assets and data, conducting a risk assessment to determine the likelihood and potential impact of these threats, identifying applicable laws, regulations, and industry standards that must be complied with. The specific steps taken to identify potential security risks include conducting regular risk assessments to identify new or changing risks, reviewing and analyzing incident response data to identify trends and patterns, reviewing industry reports and threat intelligence to stay informed about emerging threats, engaging with stakeholders and subject matter experts to gain insights into potential risks. Once potential security risks have been identified, the next step is to assess the likelihood and potential impact of these risks. This involves evaluating the likelihood of each identified risk occurring, evaluating the potential impact of each identified risk on operational processes, prioritizing risks based on their likelihood and potential impact. The specific steps taken to assess potential security risks include using a risk assessment methodology, such as the NIST Risk Management Framework or the ISO 27001 Risk Assessment Methodology, conducting a threat analysis to evaluate the capabilities and intentions of potential threat actors, evaluating the potential impact of each identified risk on operational processes and assets, prioritizing risks based on their likelihood and potential impact. Once potential security risks have been assessed, the next step is to mitigate these risks. This involves implementing controls and countermeasures to reduce the likelihood or impact of identified risks, developing and implementing risk mitigation plans and strategies, allocating resources and budget to implement risk mitigation measures. The specific steps taken to mitigate potential security risks include implementing security controls and countermeasures such as firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and encryption, developing and implementing incident response plans and procedures, providing security awareness training to employees and contractors, conducting regular security audits and vulnerability assessments to identify and remediate vulnerabilities. The detect function involves monitoring operational processes and assets for security incidents and detecting potential security risks. This includes implementing security monitoring and detection tools, such as Security Information and Event Management, SIEM, systems and intrusion detection systems, conducting regular security audits and vulnerability assessments to identify and remediate vulnerabilities, monitoring incident response data to identify trends and patterns, The specific steps taken to detect potential security risks include implementing a SIEM system to monitor security-related data and alerts, conducting regular security audits and vulnerability assessments to identify and remediate vulnerabilities, monitoring incident response data to identify trends and patterns, conducting regular security testing and vulnerability assessments to identify and remediate vulnerabilities. The respond function involves responding to detected security incidents and mitigating their impact. This includes developing and implementing incident response plans and procedures, identifying and containing security incidents, eradicating security incidents, recovering from security incidents. The specific steps taken to respond to detected security risks include developing and implementing incident response plans and procedures, identifying and containing security incidents to prevent further damage, eradicating security incidents through incident response activities such as malware removal and system restoration, recovering from security incidents by restoring systems and data and implementing additional security controls to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. The recover function involves restoring operational processes and assets after a security incident. This includes restoring systems and data, implementing additional security controls to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future, conducting post-incident activities such as incident response reviews and lessons learned exercises. The specific steps taken to recover from detected security risks include restoring systems and data to a known good state, implementing additional security controls to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future, conducting post-incident activities such as incident response reviews and lessons learned exercises to identify areas for improvement, documenting incident response activities and lessons learned to improve incident response capabilities over time. In addition to these specific steps, the organization also ensures that these risks are effectively managed and mitigated throughout their lifecycle by establishing a risk management committee to oversee risk management activities, providing regular risk management training and awareness programs to employees and contractors, establishing a culture of risk awareness and accountability throughout the organization, continuously monitoring and reviewing the risk management framework to ensure it remains effective and relevant. Overall, the NIST cybersecurity framework provides a structured approach to managing cybersecurity risks and ensures that operational processes are protected from potential security risks. By following the identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover functions, organizations can effectively manage and mitigate security risks throughout their lifecycle. The quest for operational excellence in security standards. It's a journey I've been on myself, and one that has taught me some valuable lessons about the importance of getting beneath the surface of our processes and procedures. Let me take you back to a time when I was working with a team tasked with overseeing the security operations of a large financial institution. We were determined to identify and mitigate potential security risks that could impact our operational processes. But as we delved deeper, we realized that our existing framework wasn't quite up to the task. That's when we decided to adopt the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, CSF. What drew us to this particular framework was its flexibility and scalability. It's designed to help organizations manage and reduce cybersecurity risk, and its 5 core functions, identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover, provided a clear roadmap for us to follow. The first step was to conduct a thorough risk assessment to identify potential vulnerabilities in our operational processes. We assembled a team of experts from various departments to help us identify areas where our processes were most at risk. This was a crucial step, as it helped us to pinpoint exactly where our efforts should be focused. Next, we developed a comprehensive risk management strategy that outlined the specific steps we would take to mitigate or eliminate each identified risk. This involved implementing new policies, procedures, and controls to prevent or minimize the impact of potential security breaches. But we didn't stop there. We knew that risk management is an ongoing process, and that our strategy would need to be regularly reviewed and updated to ensure that it remained effective. So, we established a continuous monitoring and evaluation program to identify new risks as they emerged, and to assess the effectiveness of our existing controls. One of the most significant challenges we faced was getting buy-in from all stakeholders. We knew that our risk management strategy would only be effective if everyone was on board. So, we worked hard to educate and train our teams on the importance of security standards and the role they played in protecting our operational processes. Throughout this journey, I've come to realize that effective risk management is not just about implementing a particular framework or methodology. It's about creating a culture of security awareness and accountability within an organization. It's about recognizing that security is everyone's responsibility, and that we all have a role to play in protecting our operational processes. As I look back on this experience, I'm reminded of the importance of humility and openness in the face of uncertainty. We didn't have all the answers, and we were willing to adapt and change as needed. We recognized that security risk management is a continuous process, and that our strategy would need to evolve to stay ahead of emerging threats. Today, our organization is more secure and resilient as a result of our efforts. We've reduced the risk of security breaches and improved our overall operational efficiency. And I've learned valuable lessons about the importance of collaboration, adaptability, and ongoing learning in the pursuit of operational excellence.